What's going on, guys? Super quick clip here. Really, the only highlight I had after the Yankees game that we showed. This was kind of a funny moment. We had Ellie De La Cruz on second, Jonathan India on third, and we had a two RBI sac fly. I still ended up losing this game on 4th of July, but I just thought this was funny. So, yeah, that's it. On to the video. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jacob. Welcome back to MLB The Show 24 franchise with the Cincinnati Reds. Last time wasn't that many games ago. We took on the New York Yankees and unfortunately could not get any offense going outside of like the first inning and lost. And as you see, I ended up getting swept that series, even the 4th of July game, which I was disappointed to lose. And then this recent stretch of games leading up to the All-Star break has not been super kind to us. We lost a series to the Tigers, lost a series to the Rockies, who have just owned me this year. We're 2-5 against them. And then we have split a series against the Marlins so far. They have their ace upcoming. I'm not going to play this game on camera. I'm going to play it off camera. I always like to play the last game before and after, or sorry, the last game before the All-Star break. I like to play that in full, and I like to play the first game after the All-Star break in full. So I'll do that off camera, obviously. But yeah, kind of a rough stretch. And actually, before making this video, I had lost these games, obviously, and I was frustrated. And I tried simming some of these, and both because to see if the computer could do any better, and just to cut down the time between making these videos, even though it wasn't going to be long anyway. But yeah, I just tried to sim them. And I accidentally simmed up to draft day. And so as you see here, I have this game played, but I haven't simmed through the date. So what happens was when I hit sim through the date, it started the draft, and I was in a kind of a panic. And because I wasn't going to be able to record, because I would have copyright with the music on in the background. And so I was trying to figure out a way to get the game audio off, but still have my microphone audio to do the draft, even though I was going to be completely unprepared to record. And my game had closed. And so thankfully, it wasn't a ton of progress. I missed out. It was literally 4 games. But in the sim, we had lost a series to the Rockies and split this series. So I was kind of debating what to do. I just computer simmed a few times, but there was injuries that had happened on our team. Most notably, Jake Fraley had torn his MCL, and so I was like, "What's fair?" Like, because the odds of me getting us to lose a series to the Rockies and split with the Marlins, as well as getting injuries, is like impossible. So I ended up deciding to just go back to where I started simming, which was this game. Or sorry, this game was the first one I started simming, and I just played them manually because if you have your autosave on, it won't autosave if you just hit triangle to sim through date or Y on Xbox or whatever you're playing on. It won't autosave. But if you enter the game manually and play it or quick manage or whatever to however much you want and then close out of the or sorry, finish the game, X out of it, it'll autosave after. So I was like, I feel like that's most fair just to go into each of these games and play or sim them and then come out of it with the autosave. And it actually worked out pretty similar to how the original sim did. Again, it was only 4 games, so it's not like it's a huge difference. If it was like, let's say I had lost this Cleveland game and I was frustrated, I simmed all these games, and then my game closed or I had closed out of it or whatever, or it crashed, and then that's losing like 30 games. But we only lost 4 games, and then the retry in preparation for this video is very similar to how it was going to play out. Really, the biggest difference is the Jake Fraley injury. So, kind of dodged a bullet there, but don't want to. There's no way to like replicate injuries perfectly. So, yeah. Um, so I had a little bit of a struggle getting ready for this video, but we're good now. And as you see, kind of struggling a little bit. 5 games above 500 now. We're 3.5 back of the Cardinals. We're still firmly in the wild card. Braves and Phillies are tied, so that's not. These aren't actually 4 wild card teams. So technically, we are 2 games above the wild card cutoff because we have 2 more wins than the Pirates. Who have been playing pretty well recently. The Cubs have really fallen off. The Diamondbacks are still there. In case you're wondering what the other playoff outlook was looking like the Rangers have been struggling, similar to us. The Mariners are still doing great. Twins are still dominating that division. The Yankees still best record in baseball. So anyway, for this video, I don't think there was anything notable that happened off camera. No. Again, it was such a small amount of games. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 or 9 games between recordings. But I want to do the All-Star game and the draft in this, but I also want to get a little gameplay. So we're going to do the minor league games, which is something we haven't done. Because again, like I said, if you hit sim through date, it will play all the organization games and the draft will start. But if you go into the menu and hit play game with the major league team or whatever, it'll save the other organizational games for you. So in this case, we have our AAA game. I'm not going to do any of the pitching, and as you see, I didn't select player lock because there's actually a couple players I want to play with, and that is Pete Crow Armstrong, Noelvi Marte, and Stuart Fairchild. So basically how I'll do this is I'm just going to sim up to their at-bats, do their at-bats, and then sim everything else. I'm not going to do any of the base running. We're just going to do strictly batting. Oh wow, this is cool. I haven't played a minor league game yet, and they have different announcers for the minor league games, so that's pretty cool. And also the presentation style's a little bit different, but yeah, that's pretty neat. Connor Overton is kind of a fringe roster guy for the Reds in real life. He's pitching this game, but yeah, I just want to do these guys at bats. We got our two. I mean, I don't think Armstrong's a prospect in this, but Noelvi Marte is the top prospect in our organization. So yeah, I'm just going to hit simulate as they got the bases loaded, and Overton is getting shelled to start this one. Works a double play.
Welcome back. And today's starter,
so Pete Crow Armstrong, obviously we got him from the Cubs. So excited to see what he could be for us as we hit that one pretty well, but foul. These minor league stadiums are so unique, man. This is something I really want to go to a Bats game because, again, I'm a Reds fan. They've been the AAA affiliate for them forever, or at least for as long as I can remember. Yeah, the minor league stadiums are just so unique because obviously they don't have, huge seating situations. They're in a bunch of unique locations. A lot of them teams have unique mascots, so yeah, pretty cool. I was actually at the Reds game today. It's not Sunday anymore. It's past midnight, but it was Easter Sunday. And if you follow the Reds at all, or happen to see the game, probably the coolest. I mean, this was only the third baseball game I've been to, but probably the coolest professional game I've ever seen. The Reds were down 5-3, 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. People leaving the stadium, and I'm like, come on, we got the top of the order coming up. Jonathan India works like a 9-pitch at-bat, and he ropes a double to get on base. Will Benson homers, ties it up. Next at-bat, Christian Encarnacion Strand, first hit of the year, walk-off home run into left field. And I was on the third base line, so I saw that home run going the whole way, and it was just absolutely awesome, especially because they blew a lead last night, or I guess 2 nights ago. So I guess it was kind of, I don't know, poetic justice that they got the walk-off one this time. Whoa, the infielders diving at each other there. We get a base hit with Noelvi Marte. Like I said, I'm not going to do any of the base running. I just strictly want to do the at-bats for these guys.
Next up,
we got a fly out with Pete Crow Armstrong. Ooh, okay, here we go. Bases loaded. Stuart Fairchild. I just want to play with him because, again, he's one of our fringe roster guys with good potential. And we lace. That's into left field. We're going to send the runner home. That's a pretty good throw to the plate, but we're able to beat it. And a 2-run RBI. That's probably going to be scored single for Stuart Fairchild. So that was pretty fun. And Josh Harrison, a MLB veteran that is stuck in minor league development now. Bubba Thompson, he's actually on the Reds major league roster. He was actually put in as a pinch runner today and stole second base. So Armstrong, we rope one into center. Get out ball. Off the wall. He's got 99 speed. Let's go. Oh, well. Now I kind of screwed him.
And they tag the throw for the out.
Damn.
One hit in the
I could have had an RBI shot for Noel V, but oh.
here at the ball.
So this is Willie Castro. So this is the yeah, this is the Twins. So,
As we go to the
St.
last of
Paul,
the third.
really,
And
in
now,
Minnesota. So
Noel Marte.
probably should have put 2 and 2 together there.
Foul ball there.
So mistake by me on the base pass with Pete
Here comes
Armstrong,
the
but
0-1.
99 speed, so that's something to
Swing
really
and a
look
miss late
ahead
on that
for.
one. Strike two.
Noel V 1 for 1 in this one. He's been hitting better here in AAA, but
And
mostly
that's
he's been
dirt.
struggling. His contact versus right has actually
1-2
gone down by
pitch.
5 points.
Back and
Has
a
a
miss.
strikeout
That's a
here, so that's
strikeout.
not going to help it. But overall, he's still been developing pretty well. He's a
Here's the third base.
very integral part of the future in Cincinnati. And Stuart Fairchild's going to
Now
have
it's the
runners
right
in scoring
fielder,
position
Stuart
once
Fairchild.
again.
Drove in 2 with a single the first time.
We can manufacture some runs here. That would be awesome.
Foul off left
Early
side.
on a slider.
Runner edging away at second base.
1-1.
He actually had 2 hits in the game yesterday against the Nationals. He's going to platoon in real life, kind of similar to how we had at the start of this season. He's going to play primarily against lefties and then be a defensive and base running substitution. But he had 2 hits, so
That one's inside. And that's
I don't know. The outfield situation in Cincinnati is interesting. I mean,
on second.
Spencer Steers playing full-time corner outfield now. TJ Friedel's obviously hurt.
Now he breaks his bat and it's put into
Sawed
play.
off
And a
foul ball pop-up.
A
Hopefully
little
they catch
inside
it.
conscious
And
now,
then Benson and
maybe the
Fraley,
pitcher will target the
you
outer
know,
half of the
they have
plate.
their struggles
3
against
balls, 2
lefties,
strikes.
so.
Keeps the AB going with
Um,
the foul ball.
And then Martinez came up and has just been raking the first 3 games. So yeah, but he's basically
And he
a
goes
full-time.
down
Oh,
on
come on.
strikes. And
He's like a
that's the inning.
full-time DH. I don't know if he's really going to play in the outfield, although that's what his position
As we
is.
go to the
Yeah, kind of a interesting situation there. And Fairchild's like, again, fringe, you know, everyday guy, platoon bat that,
right-hander back to
you
work.
know,
Swings
would be
and
one of
misses
the
at
first guys to
pitch.
get sent
0-1.
down. I would imagine once Friedel and if Matt McClain comes back, because I guess his shoulder
there's a ball.
injuries, he had surgery on it. I guess it's like more severe than I thought at first. But I think hopefully he's going to come back this year, but
Inside corner
that would really
for a
suck
strike.
for him to have such a good rookie season and then miss his entire sophomore year.
And
But
that's
that's just how
outside.
it is sometimes. I mean, either way, it's not how you would ever ask for guys to get
2-2.
playing time, but it's going to, for guys like, you know,
Gets a
Jonathan
piece there,
India,
will do it again.
who has been in trade talks pretty much since, you
Here's the
know,
2-2.
December. I mean, he signed we get punked. Okay, so good opportunity for a steal here possibly with
Noel Marte
Pete Speed.
digs
And
in
wow, I don't know if you saw
single
that quick
and scored
series
back to
stat
first.
pop up,
1
but
for 2 so far.
Noelvi's 11 for 18 in this
Genre
series.
rolls foul.
Because minor league, they play like,
With the speedy
or maybe
runner
it's
at
just
first and a hitter with good
Triple
wheels
A, I don't
too,
know.
the
But they
infielders
play
know
like
they need a hard-hitting
5,
grounder
6
they're
game
gonna turn
series.
to.
And we get another base hit
That's a
for him
base
here.
hit.
I'm not going to send
Back in quickly,
Pete to
first
third and get
second
him
now with nobody
hosed.
out. That may wind up being
So there we go.
pivotal at bat in
Our
this
2
one.
top
That one was
young guys. One is 1 for 2 with a double and hit by pitch. The other one's 2 for 3. So
served in a
looks like he advanced the runners. And we get a double from Mike Ford.
and stepping
take
in,
the lead.
speedy
Stuart Fairchild up
Stuart
now.
Fairchild. 1 for
But yeah,
2
as I was
with a
saying, like,
two-run single
the
back in
injuries on
first
the
inning.
Reds, you know,
This
the
one's hammered to left center,
perfect, that's
well
going to be
struck.
off the wall.
Bangs off the wall.
It's an opportunity for, you know, those like fringe starters / guys that are going to be in trade talks like Jonathan India,
That's a
Stuart
swing he's been
Fairchild,
looking for.
you know,
It's been
Nick
a rough year
Martini.
for him at the
They're going to get opportunities to play. Again, it's not how you would ask them to get it, but you can't really help that it's the nature of the game. So far, Jonathan India at the leadoff spot has been solid through the first series, and Martini's obviously been
Armstrong
awesome.
now at the plate.
but
1 for 2.
see if we can keep it going here. The offense is,
That one
wow,
was
that
foul.
was a pitch to crush, and I was just
That
way
changeup
early.
was right in his wheelhouse, and he tagged it, but too far out in front to keep it fair. And the 0-1 now. On a
Gapper.
line for a base hit. Around second on
That's
his
not a
way
base
to
hit. That's
third.
an extra base hit with his speed.
Throw comes in, runner stops. Second and third, nobody out.
Second and third now for Noel V. Marte.
Noel V. Marte getting ready to hit. On the ground to short.
That's going to score a run.
Sends it across to first as they add to their lead. That was a
7-3
really
now
tough
here.
play right there. Great back.
Fairchild once again will have. I feel like we've had runners in scoring position for every
RBI knocked
at
the
bat
last
for
time
him.
up, and now a chance to drive in another run. Off the mark there, and it's 1-0. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Sliced hard, but foul.
I think regardless of this outcome, I'm going to call it good from here because, you know, depending on how this
Here's the pitch.
at-bat
Swings
goes,
through
we've
that
built
one for
ourselves a
strike
5
two.
lead, and we've been
Changeup, and that could help him dig
pretty
his way out
one of
of
the
the rut
primary
outing so far.
sources
To
of
do that,
offense.
he'll
So
have to command
at least
that
I can hit
fastball well, too.
at the
Not even
AAA
close
level
there.
off of minor league pitches.
That one's too hot.
Yeah, all the guys I wanted to showcase with
The lead runner at second.
multiple
Gabe
hits.
At first, 2 out.
And Marte and Fairchild have brought runs in.
Swings and
And a
misses,
strikeout.
goes down on strikes. The inning is over, and
That's
it-
all right. We'll just
We're back
sim
here
the
at
rest of this. Wow. Jeez. 13 runs on 17 hits. It looks like Marte hit a home run. Pete Crow Armstrong got on base 2 more times. So,
Thanks for tuning in.
yeah, really good game for our top prospects here. 3 for 4, 3 runs, 2 ribbies. 3 for 6 with 4 RBIs. Fairchild 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. So, yeah, pretty good. So that'll do it for the AAA little multiplayer showcase. Now we're going to go to the AA team, the Chattanooga Lookouts, and our top pitching prospect and top pick from the previous year's draft, Rhett Lauder, is on the mound for this one. And we got these cool little, like, Spanish jerseys. I don't really know, like, if there's like a theme or something going on, but yeah, they got these cool little alternate jerseys. So we're going to pitch with Rhett Lauder. I think he's probably our number 2 prospect now in the rankings list. I know Cam Collier is. I think Rhett Lauder's like 3 or 4. But yeah, he's our by far best pitching prospect.
We'll be back to get this one started after this.
There was some talks that, you know, people thought he might break camp out of spring training as a
Starting on the mound in this one, Rhett
draft
Lauder.
pick from
He's
last
done well
year,
to
but
navigate through tough spots.
ended up,
You
I
can
think
see from the
he's,
numbers that he's done a good
I
job
don't know what level
limiting
he's
opposing
playing at in
batters
real
this
life.
season.
I think he
They're
might
hitting
actually be
under
double A,
250
but
against him. It's not all about the strikeouts when you do that. You have
yeah,
to
he
move
was
your pitches
at
around,
Wake
mix
Forest
speeds, and keep
last
hitters
year.
off balance. He'll do well if he can
You
execute
know,
like
obviously
that in
Paul
this one.
Skeens was the darling of college baseball, especially for pitching, but Rhett Lauder was like right up there with him.
For the strikeout.
Not as
That strikeout
dominant,
didn't take long.
overpowering
Batter's
stuff
gotta put up a better fight the
like
next time
Skeens
up.
is throwing triple digits with his
The
fastball.
shortstop, batting
I
with
think
one
Lauder's
down, takes a strike.
got like more command and, you know, just
Downstairs.
movement with his pitches. So, not saying that Lauder's better
The 1-1
or that
offering.
he's going to project to be better,
Popped
but
up to the
you know,
left
we'll see.
into foul
Hopefully for the
ground.
Reds' case, he turns out to be a stud.
And that's a foul ball. 1 out and the base is empty. Cuts it
And we get
misses.
back-to-back
That's a strikeout.
strikeouts. We'll start off
Back-to-back Ks. Already
with
establishing
Rhett
a
Lauder,
good
so
rhythm,
pretty good
striking
here.
out the first 2 batters.
Obviously, this
It
isn't
looks like
his
these hitters are
perfect
gonna have
likeness,
their
but
work cut out for him in this one. The
he
catcher
does indeed
stands
have
in
the
now
long hair.
and watches strike 1. This ball
And we
is
let up a
crushed
home run.
deep
Well,
to
isn't
left.
that fitting?
This one's gonna go.
There's Austin Hendrick. I think he was drafted first round 2020 by the Reds. Wasn't that long ago.
Sends it out of here. It's 1-0. And here's the first baseman.
Well, hopefully our offense can make up for that.
Two
Thankfully, it's
down
just a
and
solo
nobody
shot. But
aboard. And
if
we're just
it's
getting going here
possible
in the
to
top
bet
of the
on
first.
minor league
In there
nerfies,
for a strike at the
then
top of
I'm
the zone.
sorry, but I just lost people in this hypothetical universe money. But I don't think I've ever
And the
seen
count
minor league
1 and
baseball
2.
in any betting sites, but I'm sure there's one out there. Or maybe
Two
you
outs
just got a
and
local
nobody aboard.
bookie here in Chattanooga.
Swings through it, and that's a K.
Well, we get all of our
One
outs via the
scores in the inning.
strikeout, which is
Coming
good,
on
but we
this
let up
solo
the
home run. It's
2-out solo shot.
ready to go.
I'm not going to do any of the batting in this. I kind of considered doing it for Edwin. Oh, well, okay, well, Peter
Next
let
up,
up a
the
walk.
designated hitter. Normally behind
I also
the
just
plate,
said
but
well,
serving as
okay,
the
well,
designated
that
hitter
was
in this
like
game.
the widest thing I
That
could
one
ever
misses.
say.
1-0.
But we let up a walk
6'2"
here.
righty, 200 pounds, a former first rounder in 2023.
See if we can weasel our way out of this. Nope,
Line drive,
evidently
base hit
not.
down the line. Lead runner turns at second.
Can we get him at second? No, what the hell? We don't even have anyone covering second base. What are we doing out here?
That one was served in a punch bowl right down the middle, and he regretted it as soon as it left his hand. He swings and fouls one off.
Shut up, commentator.
The
You're
lookouts,
in the
up
booth
by a
by
run.
yourself. You
Here
don't
in
even
the
got
top
a
of the
commentating
second.
partner.
Lifted
Wow.
down the left side. Fair ball.
A
One
little
runs in.
blooper in the
Now
left,
the second
Austin
run is in.
Hendrick.
It's 3-2.
And it's 3-2. So,
Digging in, the switch hitting outfielder.
how am I getting shelled by
Definitely
minor league
scuffling at the dish
hitters?
lately. Only
Like,
2
what's
hits
going on
over the
here?
last 5 games. Doston on at first, no outs. Swing and a miss, nice changeup. Beautiful changeup, and that could help him dig his way out of a rough outing so far.
There we go.
To do that, he'll have to
So
command
far,
that fastball well too.
The only way we're getting outs
So
is a
up
strikeout.
next, Mike Bovee.
Can I get a double?
Lined into left
Every
center
time
for
they
a
make
base hit.
contact, it's
Round
friggin'
second,
hard
headed
and
for third.
in the gap somewhere.
Coming home.
Like, heaven forbid we just hit a
In there,
single or a
it's
ground
4-2.
ball. Jeez,
He was
man.
ready to go on the first pitch, and it paid off. Great swing, everything right on time. He squared it up really well.
Oh, come
no
on,
surprise
Blue.
it turned into a double. Castillo in the box.
You're really
here,
going to
lets that
squeeze
one
me
go
with
for a
these
ball.
sick
High in
uniforms
the
on?
air,
Okay,
out
there
to
we go.
right.
Finally.
Makes the catch,
Not
and there's 2 down.
relying solely on the strikeout
Just
here.
missed that one a bit. A half-inch closer to the sweet spot, and it might have gotten down for a
Edwin
hit.
Arroyo at shortstop.
Here's
In
the
real life, he's
shortstop
actually
at
out
the
for the
plate.
year. I forget
Right with the swing there.
what
This is
injury
the
he
kind
has,
of
but
early chance you can't let
yeah,
slip
big
away.
blow for
They
him.
have to bring him in.
Because
Swing
again,
and
the
blast
Reds
one
prospects,
down the line. It's gone
top
if
guys
it's
for the most
fair,
part, are
but
all,
it hooks
you know,
foul. Runner
infielders.
at
So,
second, 2 down.
you know, as much as
And the next one is off the plate.
it's a
ball
good
and 2
problem to
strikes.
have, and as talented as Edwin Arroyo is, you just lose like a year's worth of progress, you know. Whereas the other guys who,
He's doing a
you
good
know, they're
job
on the
of
same
changing
team, but if you
speeds.
play the same
First the off-speed
position,
stuff,
you're
then the heat.
ultimately kind of competing
And
with one
goes down
another.
on strikes.
They're all
They
going to
limit the
play,
damage here.
you know, possibly you're past them in the system, but
Back here at the ball.
yeah, we'll see what comes of that for him. Bases loaded, fly out.
We're back here at the ballpark.
All right,
All set
I'm
for
just
the
going to
start of
pitch this inning. I
And
wasn't
here's the
planning on
catcher,
pitching
number
the
26.
whole game.
This pitch
Pitch
misses.
just the first
and that's
3.
ball
And
1.
can we get a scoreless inning? This guy hit a home run off
That
us the
fastball
last
by the
time.
swing upstairs.
I don't know
1-1 pitch now.
what farm system the Biloxi
And
Shuckers
another ball.
are a part of, but wherever they are, their prospects
And
are,
that's through there for a strike.
you know, doing me raw right now.
3-2 now.
Full count here to, I don't even remember his first name, but Kaylee?
Swing, and that ball smashed on the line.
There
No
we
trouble
go.
here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down. And here is the first baseman, number 5. Out to short.
Edwin Arroyo, there we go. We get a play for him.
First 2 batters gone in the top of the
All right,
third.
so we are capable of getting
Base is
outs
empty with 2
without the
out. Next to
strikeout.
hit, the third baseman.
This
number
guy
90.
looks like he has an actual face scan. I might have just been looking at that
That one
wrong.
fouled off.
Because most prospects don't get a face scan unless they've been in the system
zone, called
for,
a strike.
you know, a couple of years, or if they're one of the top guys, which people complain about because people are going to complain. But
Slider misses away.
I don't know. There's just so many guys in
And now the
baseball.
1-2.
I give them kind of some slack.
And that one a little bit
missing
high.
scans.
Nice take.
Now, if it's a guy who's been in the league for years and is a proven player,
Swings
that's
and misses,
different.
struck him out.
Or if you just
It's a
completely
1-2-3
omit
as they
top
get
prospects
back
from
onto their
certain rosters, which
4-2
I know
lead.
they do, um,
All set for the
that's different. But
bottom of the
yeah,
third.
I don't even know what I'm rambling about. Let's just sim the rest of this game. Come on, lookouts! Wow, they got shelled in the ninth, and really
8-2
nothing
the final
happening
in this
offensively.
one.
So
Whole
they have been
outstanding
really
crew
good
here at
this
the
year, though. They
show.
won
I'm Ben Gillen. We'll
the
see you soon.
Southern League first half because Double A breaks their season up in halves. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I know they won the first half. So, um, well, we split the minor league games, but still nice to get some gameplay with Rhett Lauder, who again top pitching prospect. Strikeouts will probably be there, but evidently the ability to prevent extra base hits needs to develop a little bit more. But anyway, let's go ahead and go to the draft. So I kind of split scouting like half manual, half auto. So um, as you see here, here's all of our scouted guys. We don't have anyone with 100% interest, which I don't even know if that's possible to get someone with 100% interest off rip. But we do have a fair amount of guys that are, 100% or, above 50% scouted. So I have a good feeling we'll be able to, have a decent draft. Um, we have the second pick, which obviously the lottery did us well because, as you see, um, the the teams that get the lottery picks are teams that did make the postseason last year, um, and I don't remember if they have like a show where they show like, okay, percentage you get the lottery, this is what pick you ended up getting, so how much you were projected to, or how high you were projected to draft versus what you got, and the difference. Um, Consider bonus. Okay, yeah, yeah. We don't. I don't really need the tutorial, but yeah, we end up with the second pick, which I don't know where the Reds would have originally been slated, but considering how we won 80 games last year and get the second pick, that is absolutely awesome. So we're going to get started as wow. They have an updated little Winston Hodges, a starting pitcher with a rockin' beard. Draft rank of second, but we only have him 52nd on our board. That's who the Guardians take number one here. And so now we have 4 minutes to select someone number two overall. And right off rip, looking at some position players, Rick Holden here in the outfield projects to be a really good hitter with good speed. The fielding isn't great. Connie Stinson projects to be good pretty much everywhere, and he has the ability to play outfield. So he's a corner infielder with the ability to play left field. So kind of like Spencer Steer. Um, we got Dave Pineda here, who looks like a defensive first guy, but he does have pretty good hit tools. The interest isn't as high though with him, only 40%. Um, let's see who else we got here. I haven't looked too much into the prospects. We got Cesar Rios, who pretty good everywhere, honestly. Um, there's a pitcher here. I don't think I'm going to go with him. Um, but just looking at this, like we got the scouted potential. Connie Stinson has a higher potential, which is obviously enticing. Rick Holden's is a little bit lower, but the hit tools, man, like that's pretty good. Stinson, not as great with hitting, but the fielding is a little bit better. But I think I'm just going to go Rick Holden here. Um, he projects as a very solid player. Again, the fielding's not great, but universal DHs nowadays, you can get away with that. Let's go ahead and take Rick Holden, second overall here, and our first draft pick of this soon-to-be legendary franchise. Yep, there you go, kid. So they have this like special presentation thing for the first like 3 or 5 picks, whatever. Dave Pineda, who we kind of took a look at there, goes third to the Rockies, who have been stuck in mediocrity for a super long time. Let's just go ahead and watch like the top 10, and then we can start to, expedite the round a little bit. As the A's go pitcher with their first pick, Jamal McFadden. So Salvador Velasquez, fifth to the White Sox. I actually saw the A's, the city of Oakland proposed them a new 5-year lease to stay in Oakland because a lot of people are telling them to not leave Oakland and for Vegas. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. Their AAA team already has a team in Vegas. There goes Connie Stinson to our division rival. So the guy we're considering taking is now going to be in the division. So that's kind of a cool result, I guess. This guy, Jake Goss, was the third highest rated guy, but for whatever reason, we didn't get to scouting him. So I guess we'll see when prospects get signed how good he is, but maybe a name we might have missed out on. Not that I'm upset with my pick. I'm extremely excited to have Rick Holden, who, as you see here with the interest level, wants to play for us as well. Um, see, Cesar Rios, another guy we looked at. Really good speed and fielding, decent hit tools. Not a ton of power, but the contact is there. So probably a guy that'll be at the top of the order in the future. All right, let's kind of take a look as some of these picks go off camera at some guys because we don't have either the prospect promotion incentive round bonus. Huh. So does that mean like these teams are okay? I wasn't sure how that thing worked, but I guess it means like if you promote guys to your major league club and get them experience, you get a draft pick. I don't know, but we don't have. We have the competitive balance round B, but we don't have the A results, which again I'm not entirely sure how those things work, but kind of looking at some of these other picks that have happened. But anyway, um, so when's our next pick? 51st. Okay, so that's where we are on the actual draft order. 51st, which would have been 13th. So we jumped, 10 spots. The A's got really screwed because they were projected to have the first and they ended up. Okay, I guess they still got fourth, but yeah. Anyway, so we have the 51st pick. So kind of looking at the. I'm just going to look at both the MLB draft rank and where we have them. So guys that will be available there, like Waylon Gonzalez here, a guy we have scouted pretty well. Doesn't isn't super high up on the MLB draft rank, but we are pretty high on him. Um, and then here's a guy, Mackenzie Perigo, who is fairly high up on the MLB draft rank, but we're not as high on him, so maybe he'll fall there. So we'll kind of see where this shakes out. Let's go ahead and sim to our next pick. And I'm just going to kind of go back and just do a brief look through of who's been taken. Looks like there's been a bunch of guys that we looked at. There's Mackenzie Perigo, um, Lucas Enfield, Eddie Padilla. I don't want to say the last part of that in case I don't say it right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So some guys that we have been looking at that were kind of in that range, but oh, here we go. Look at this. Another outfielder, but we have him 100% scouted, and he's pretty much guaranteed to have really high potential. Francisco Guillen. We did already take an outfielder, but this guy is a little bit better in the field, and he's fast. The hit tools are okay. I think we just like he's guaranteed to have a good. Oof, I would like to get a pitching prospect. Well, Isaac Hansen, who projects to have good potential as well. But can I pass up on 92, 97 potential? I don't think I can. Let's go ahead and take Francisco Guillen for our second draft pick. So we've gone back-to-back outfielders. Now, it would be absolutely awesome if Isaac Hansen can drop to us to 71st. He is the MLB board 76th pitcher, or not pitcher, player, because, yeah, he's projects to have good potential. It looks like we have him scouted out better than we do Waylon Gonzalez, who still, even with the limited scouting, I mean, it's over halfway. Projects have good potential, but the ratings are kind of a little more all over the place. Whereas this guy, Isaac Hansen, is pretty solid at everywhere you'd want. Stamina, hits per nine, strikeouts. The walks aren't very good, but everything else is good or projects to be solid. So if he drops to us, that would be great. Let's go ahead and sim up to our pick. Let's see here. Couple pitchers that we had scouting going. I think he's going to be there. Yep, Isaac. Yep, that's our pick. Isaac Hansen will be our competitive balance pick. And so far, I feel like we're nabbing some pretty good guys. Now, if Waylon Gonzalez drops to us at 90, he will probably be the pick. But kind of looking at who else is out there, probably wouldn't hurt to add a relief arm. A lot of the highest rated prospects in this game are relief pitchers, and thankfully teams don't take them super high. I think it used to be like that where, relief guy is not something you would draft super high, but they would always get selected. Like closers would be taken in the top five, which you just wouldn't do. But as you can see here, yeah, not a single relief pitcher taken in the first round. Now the incentive ones, you see them start to go, but at least you're not seeing them like flooding the first round. But anyway, so Waylon Gonzalez is probably my first option here. There we go. I wanted to go to scouted. Probably wouldn't hurt to add a relief arm. But again, we got some of these guys here that are playing a little bit more valuable positions that we have pretty scouted out. Manny Marin, that's a fun name. We don't have any like middle infielders scouted, which I don't know if that's like, on my end from not going to position players a little bit better. But yeah, we don't have anyone scouted we have another left fielder scouted, but I've already taken multiple outfielders. I'll probably go pitcher here again. Let's go ahead and sim up to our pick. Let's see. So looks like Waylon Gonzalez is still going to be there. A couple of the other pitchers we had scouted are also out there, but let's go pitcher again now. Which one? This guy has good potential, but he's injured. So that's something they kind of implemented into the draft process in this game. This guy here also has decent. Waylon Gonzalez is younger though, so everything's solid. Let's take a chance on him. 18-year-old. Let's make him our third round pick here. All right, and so from here on out, most of these guys we're going to be selecting. We're not going to have super well scouted. So really, I feel like we need to add someone in the middle infield, even though that's the strength of our farm system. And it's going to be taking complete shots in the dark. Well, I guess I don't really need to force a pick if it's not a position of need. But let's see. We have this guy scouted. 131 on our draft board, so probably don't need to take him yet. 124 on the draft board here for David Kobayashi. I mean, we're at pick 120, so and I wasn't paying attention to the timer, and it it auto selected Napoleon White. Well, at least it auto selected someone with a cool name. So, well, that's on me for not paying attention. That's actually funny. It's whatever. Yeah, you only get 1 minute. Okay. All right. We gotta make a pick here. Okay. That's what I want. Okay. We got this guy 54% scouted, good strikeouts. Lefty. Sure, let's take Caden Chambers for a relief arm. And then, yeah, we got one more round. Okay. Simpson next draft pick. Man, I can't believe I got... Okay, we need to take a position player. So, this pick, Shinji Takahashi. That's a fun name. Doesn't really have... Okay, this guy, Charlie Gary. Okay, who we thinking here? Shinji, who bats left and throws right. Doesn't... I mean, we have him 10% scouted, so these numbers don't really mean much. Let's go Charlie Gary. Why not? All right, and that'll do it for the draft here. So, pretty good draft. I mean, I completely forgot what round was that. It was our 4th round pick. So, like, who knows, like, how hurtful that'll be. But we take 3 outfielders, which is still kind of the weakest part of our farm system. I mean, obviously we have Pete Crow Armstrong now and Bubba Thompson. Well, Bubba Thompson's not really in the future plans. Stuart Fairchild, but he's, pushing 30, so good to get plenty of outfield talent because there's really not a ton, but maybe could have benefited from adding a position player. But again, that's the strength of our farm system. So, maybe hopefully it doesn't hurt us too much. And we got a first baseman, so I feel like that was, of any of the infield spots, that was the spot we needed to add to the most. So I feel like that went pretty well. I'm excited to see what the draft or the prospect like ratings and potentials are, because you don't see that until August 1st, which is like right around the trade deadline. I wish you could see it as soon as you sign these guys, because I want to play this game off camera, and then we'll do the All-Star festivity stuff, and then we'll kind of look at the prospect signing process. Holy fuck, I can't talk. But yeah, I feel like the draft went pretty well. I'm excited about the players we got. I'm going to go ahead and cut away and play this game. And then when I come back, we'll do the All-Star stuff really quickly. I don't think we're going to have... We might only have like 1 or 2 All-Stars because our position players had a couple guys on the fringe like Friedel, Candelario, and McLean, but don't think any of them would get in. But I think Hunter Green will be one. So we might only have like 1 All-Star, and that's fine. But yeah, I'll come back and we'll do the All-Star break stuff really quick. All right, I am back, and yeah, I lost that game. So we have just absolutely limped our way to the All-Star break. We're fringe wild card team. I mean, kind of how the real Reds will probably be, but I mean, at one point going into the month, we were 11 games above 500, and now we're just 4 games. So yeah, tough way to go into the All-Star break, but hey, much needed. Looking at the series after, the Braves one obviously tough, but we got some ones where we'll be pretty evenly matched. We just got to find a way to win those. But yeah, 10-game homestand, we only won 3 games. That's tough. So the All-Star game is in Texas. As you see here, we don't have anyone in the home run derby, but I'm just going to kind of sim through this just so that, we can see who wins. Yeah, I feel like Matt McLean might have gotten close. I didn't see the amount of homers everyone hit, or I wasn't paying that much attention. As you see, a lot of notable, recognizable faces. I cannot freaking talk. So yeah, we're obviously not going to go batter by batter, round by round. Let's just go to the next round. So Schwarber defeated Yordan Alvarez, who was the 1 seed. Trout beats his old teammate Otani. That's actually a pretty cool matchup. Judge takes down Corey Seager, and then Jorge Soler beat Nolan Arenado. So this is Trout versus Schwarber, and then Judge versus Soler. And Schwarber takes down Trout, and Aaron Judge beats Jorge Soler. So we have Kyle Schwarber versus Aaron Judge here for the championship or the home run derby title. Let's go ahead and go to the next batter. So Schwarber hit 21. Judge needs 22 to win. Obviously not going to watch all of those. And Judge ended up hitting 22. So there you go. Obviously a fast-forward version of the home run derby, but there you go. Aaron Judge, 2024 home run derby champion. For the best record in baseball, New York Yankees. In this universe. Well, actually in real life too, they're 4-0. They swept the Astros, which is just crazy. Like, hey, maybe this is accurate, you know? Let's go ahead and get into the All-Star game. So hold on here. Is there a way? Okay, yeah, it doesn't show it shows the All-Star roster after. I wish it showed it beforehand. But I want to player lock. I guess we'll look at the All-Star rosters here. Just kind of scrolling through. Can we only pick from the starters? Okay, yeah. So obviously no one we got was able to be a starter, but I want to say Hunter Green he's got to be in here, right? So I'm going to play on the NL side. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Hunter Green is on as well as Alexis Diaz. So I'm just going to sim, and then whenever they put Hunter in the game, we'll join in at that point and then pitch with him in the All-Star game, because obviously a cool moment. First All-Star team for both Hunter and Alexis Diaz. I stood up from my chair here while the national anthem was playing just to stretch my legs, and then all of a sudden the big flag came on the TV. I was like, oh, well, that was quite a coincidence. Get to fly over here at Globe Life Park. Is it still called that? I don't know. Home of the defending champions. Okay, so this is kind of a question I had about opening day too. You see how it says All-Star Texas? I wonder if that changes based on where the stadium is. Because if you didn't know, in this game, in franchise, I also like the plate. Well, that changed to a different number. If you didn't know, in this game in franchise, the home run derby will be held at a different stadium, but the All-Star game will always be held at Texas. So that's actually a pretty cool shot of the starters. I always just manually change it to wherever the home run derby is. But if you were to the uniforms never change and the stadium never changes. So I'm wondering if, let's say we played this game in Cleveland, if it says All-Star game in Cleveland. I talked about Garrett Cole, how good he's been. There's a snapshot of his numbers, just absolutely crazy. 15-2, 1.7 ERA, 22% strikeout rate, sub-1 whip, just absolutely crazy numbers. So again, we'll just sim through this, and then once Hunter or Alexis get brought on, we'll just jump in with them. Usually pitchers, like the starter, they'll give them 2 innings, but after that, guys will just get an inning apiece. So Blake Snell, All-Star with the Giants. Tanner Bybee. Oh, okay, well, I missed one batter, but that's all right. So we got Hunter Green here pitching for the NL.
And first
going
off,
up against Josh Rojas of the Mariners.
Bases empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one in triple digits.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are
I wasn't expecting him to be the second pitcher brought in. I thought he was going to be the 3rd or 4th. You get the strikeout of Rojas.
Now 2 away.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. You got the change.
Corey Seager.
Still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that
we have faced him before in this series, not with Hunter Green, but
there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the
we are locating the changeup pretty well here. Can we get this same fortune
takes the ball.
in the regular? I mean, not that Hunter Green is struggling. He's an all-star, so. And we get, all right, 2 punch-outs. So 1, 2, 3 inning with Hunter Green here at the All-Star game. So pretty cool. And then they bring in Chris Paddock, who's on the Twins now, but was once the Padres' top prospect. And, oh, we're just going to show. Put Alexis in, man. We'll stop the bleeding. Kikuchi, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now they're starting to bring in the relievers as Ha-Sung Kim hits a solo home run. Now they're starting to sub in some of the backup hitters. Henry Davis, Keeper Ruiz. Oh, come on, Frankie. You have bases loaded. Are they going to bring in Alexis? I guess not. That's some bullshit. Come on now. Well, the American League wins the All-Star game. Who is that? 47.
Especially when you work this hard to play at this level. Nice win today. 7-3 is how this one ends.
Yeah, they didn't even bring in
our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi.
Wow, you brought in 8 pitchers and you couldn't bring in Alex. Whatever game. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little All-Star game thing. Hopefully next year we have a hitter so we can actually do an at-bat. But, oh, a trade offer. Okay, let's see. Kershaw and Max Muncy. Dude, Matt McClain has, you're asking for the wrong second baseman. I am not trading Matt McClain. I've had 10 trade offers for him, and they all suck. This is a terrible trade offer. Why would I want a 36-year-old Kershaw on a 2-year deal and a 33-year-old Muncy on another 2-year deal? What? No, get that shit out of here. Okay. Okay, today is the day to sign draft picks. So let's do this really quick. That sucks they didn't take... Yeah, they only took one center fielder. TJ Friedel was 3rd in center field vote, so I thought maybe he could be a fringe guy. And McClain was 4th or 5th in second base, and Jamer was 4th or 5th at third base. We had a couple guys close, and Nick Lodolo was close as well, but ultimately Hunter Green and Diaz. I don't think they brought in Evan Phillips either in that game, but yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to sign draft picks. So I'm sure most people have seen this and understand how this works, but you get assigned 3 guys at a time. It's very similar to how scouting works. So let's just go ahead and get our top guys signed. You unlock the abilities. Okay, yeah, they have to be 50% interest or above. Rick Holden, obviously, he wants to play for us. He's demanding $7 million. So this, or sorry, $6.7 million. So this is where, you got to kind of be careful because your bonus allotment is based on where you draft, and I forget what other factors play into it. But so obviously Rick Holden, big bonus demand. We're not going to run into any issues because we don't have anyone else that's asking for above 1.2 million. Guillen is highest after that. We have 14.4 million to play around with, so I'm not going to be too stingy with Rick Holden. I'm just going to give him the slot value at 9 million or 8.98. But if you ever were to run into a situation where, maybe you're a little bit tight financially with your picks, you can finagle this a little way. If your guy already has, we already had 77% interest from him off rip, so you can get a little bit cheaper. But I'm just going to give him the slot value. And he has signed with the Reds. So there we go. We've signed our first draft pick. Let's go ahead and sign Francisco Guillen as well. I don't really need prospects to be moved by draft. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Cool. I can go back and read that if I need to. Same thing here with Guillen. I'm just going to give him the slot value because not a lot of our guys are asking for a ton of money. Let's go ahead and sign Isaac Hansen here. Just give him $1 million. And then let's see here. I guess we actually might kind of cut it close. I wasn't doing the greatest of math. Let's go $738K for Waylon Gonzalez. Okay, so now, as you see here, the rest of these guys are either not super scouted or the interest isn't terribly high. Like we could probably get Caden Chambers to sign, but just in case, I'm actually going to put Charlie Gary as the first priority. So as you see there, +5 interest and 10% scouting. As you add more prospects, as you see there, we have all three up here. So now it's only 2% interest and 1% interest. The scouting doesn't change, but the interest does. I don't know if they're thinking like, oh, they're looking at other players that they drafted. How dare they look at them and make them a priority? It makes them lose interest in playing. Um, so we're gonna have these two guys. Like Napoleon White was drafted, by the computer for me because I wasn't paying attention to the time. Projects to be awesome defensively, hitting not great, but super fast and good defense. So obviously could have a role. And then Charlie Gary was a complete shot in the dark. So I'm not going to put Caden Chambers up here yet. You get 30 days to sign these guys, so 10 of these, or sorry, 14 days. I don't know why I said 30. So this goes in 3-day periods, so you get about 5 chances to sign these guys essentially. So I'm just going to advance with that being this. Oh, sorry, 2-day signing plan. So you get 7 chances. I feel like in MLB The Show 23, it was 3-day signing plan, but now it's 2 days. So you get a bunch of chances, and so the next signing period, Charlie Gary would have 45% interest, and he'll be 20% scouted. So I'm just going to do it like that. Sim up here. About hit sim season. That would have been a big oopsie. Let's see. Any trades made after the All-Star break? Nope. Boring. All right, so I'll do it for this part. Like I said, I'm going to play this game in full off camera. We really need to turn around. We're kind of on the fringe of the wild card, so we need to start playing a lot better. Got a good chance here against the Nationals, not a very good team. Not terrible record-wise, but talent-wise, we should at least be able to pull this series out. And then we have a tough series against Atlanta and Tampa Bay on the road. But then we get into some more, manageable series where I think we just got to find a way to win the ones that we're supposed to win and just stay competitive. So I would say the next series I'll look to play on camera. I don't really know. I'm looking at it here. Oh, what am I thinking? I want to do the trade deadline on camera just in case we make any moves or if there's any moves made off camera. So probably this Cubs series or the Giants. We'll probably do the Cubs because they're right there with us record-wise, and they're in the division, and it's you know a long-lasting rivalry. So that'll be the plan. So, in terms of progress being made in the season, we're kind of having some, games in quick sequence of one another. But after that, I'll probably do the entire month of August off camera. Um, yeah, I don't know, but plan on doing the trade deadline, and we'll get some gameplay in the next part. All right, so that will be it for this one. Kind of a fun episode, doing some player lock and then the All-Star festivities. So, yeah, hopefully I play much better with the computer, and the games I send does much better because we're kind of on the fringes here in playoff. But it'll come down to the end, which again I expect it to be like that in real life for the Reds. So it should be pretty exciting. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this part, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.